Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the three-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Whoa! And it's a decent return. Gets some of that yardage back before he's forced out of bounds. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
Think back to a couple years ago. He's the 2nd overall pick. He's the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Going into year 2, Mike, I think the expectations were that he was going to blow up onto the scene and be MVP-type quarterback. The team as a whole took a little bit of a step back, and so did CJ. So I think going in, they're motivated. I think they want to recapture a lot of the magic from CJ Stroud's rookie year and now see, okay, in year 3, with the pieces he has around him, they think the sky's the limit.
An incompletion on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll find the rookie out of Iowa State, Jaden Higgins. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Deep to return, it's Nico Remigio. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete to Rice. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets this one past the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he'll be run out short of the line of scrimmage, so let's call it a loss of 1 on first down.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
Man in motion is Brown. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On third down, Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Mahomes back. They're trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That is hard. He gets the hookup with Rice. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Pacheco trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
It's now 3rd and
In these goal-to-go situations, backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This, about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are out to an early 3-0 lead. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the 1st quarter. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco, and he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, now it's from the 6-yard line. To throw is Mahomes. That is caught side of the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs 7, Texans 0.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. They'll run it, and it's the USC man, Woody Marks. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. George Karlaftis there to make the play.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
We'll get that into the hands of Woody Marks. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That one good for 26 yards.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Now the Georgia Bulldogs. Here's Nick Chubb. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Marks. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
In motion now, it's Collins. Finds the open man, Braxton Berrios. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is caught, finding Higgins. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
And the Texans first down. 1st and goal, Houston.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
He'll complete that to his fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown, Houston.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all time, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco, and showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34, a pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. It'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
On the stop. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And this is incomplete, but it looked like that defender got a head start. Let's check the call.
Still 2nd down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
It's a gain of 14.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. It's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle.
At the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Throwing is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, KC. 2 minutes to play. 1st half, all tied at 7. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. On first down, it's Mahomes. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And that, a thing of beauty. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Now Butker to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll step up and run this. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
43-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second down and 8. Here's Stroud. He'll air one out for Higgins. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up, and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
4th down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. And that is no good. He missed it, and they are not able to draw closer.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. In middle, he's got Kelsey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's over the middle and caught by Rice. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Third down, 3 to go. Man in motion is Brown. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. That'll be a gain of 20. Much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called.
At the 14-yard line.
Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't think there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go. And they're not going to catch up to him. He brings it all the way back. An NFL record time 99-yarder. Touchdown, Houston. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway.
Harrison Butker,
3 points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Texans offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On play action, Stroud. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Give to Marks from the gun. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquill. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
2nd down, they need 7. Stroud to throw. Open man, that's Collins. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Kirk is the motion man. To throw, it's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Now after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. quickly to Worthy. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Here we go. A give here to Pacheco. And he will have the Chiefs first down. Grab it by plenty. It's 3rd and 2, and they got 8.
And they continue to lean on him in these short yardage, need to have it situations, tough yards. He's been getting them over and over throughout the course of the game, and he picks up more than enough there on 3rd down.
Play action here. Mahomes. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain
A big pickup there for the Chiefs. 33 yards.
First down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
When you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
And Butker on for the extra point. up and through. And the Chiefs go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. He'll start on the ground, and this is Marks. They bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play, and a 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
The tackle made by Christian Fulton. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. They'll go play action with Stroud. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Give him 18 yards on that one, and a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Handoff here, and it's Marks. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Kirk is the motion man. We'll try to run for it with Marks. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing 2nd and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss. And it brings up 4th down.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from 47 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Texans are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. First down throw, Mahomes. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Now, a carry for Hunt. That's fancy footwork there. Able to spin away and get forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, Mahomes. Trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. This one to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
3rd and long for Mahomes. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
They really needed that one, didn't they, Mike? I mean, they have to find a way to keep this as a one-possession game. This will at least give them a chance to do so, depending on what happens here on 4th down.
On comes the Chiefs punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back, Woody Marks, heading back onto the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is caught. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It's a big play when they needed it the most. It covers 51 yards.
A 51-yard gain. 1st down, Houston.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
To the left side, caught by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That one is caught by Collins. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll run with Marks. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Woody Marks. Touchdown, Houston. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs' offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw is Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is third down. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or two short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. Stroud going to set up to throw. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Kirk is the motion man. On the give, it's Marks. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
The tackle by Brian Cook. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
2nd down and 3. He'll go again with Marks. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. They'll run the sneak. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming. You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete. He was trying to connect with his tight end, Dalton Schultz. And now it's fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. A run with Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Another try, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. Taking off, he'll try to get there. They get an even 20 on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
They put Kelsey in motion. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
At the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Right back to Kelsey again. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Clock shows 50 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
At the 40-yard line.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
That's dropped off for Pacheco. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here, and they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So here comes 3rd and 5. Here's Pacheco. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
It's fourth down.
Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's first down. Back to throw. Stroud. Over the middle. He's got the tight end Schultz. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Texans.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll air one out for Higgins. He's got it! And he's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Their late comeback bid comes up short as time has expired in this game. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.